Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Nellie Root Designs. Today I'm going to be working in my Margaret Miller weekly planner, doing the design challenge, and I'm going to be doing something new for myself today. A lot of you have worked with gesso. I never have. I have a brand new container here, and I thought I would put some on the back page and just play a little bit. So I want to thank everybody for joining in. I've received some wonderful comments recently on my channel, which are very much appreciated, about my collaging and how I look at things a little bit differently. And I do try to do that because I want everyone else to look at things a little bit differently and really try to be creative and just kind of be out there. Collaging is fun and you can tell a story with it, or you can be as simple as you want with it. I really like to think out of the box. So thank you very much for joining in. Thank you. A big thank you to all my new viewers and subscribers, but mainly, thank you to all my subscribers that are continuing to support me. I really appreciate it. So, with all that being said, I'm going to move this aside. I've got my little water thing. I've got my brush, and I'm heading over to, this is for the week of January 29th or 30th, however you end your week. I end my week on a Saturday, so that's why I have the 29th here stamped. So this is the page I'm going to be working on today, and I need to incorporate something fancy, something that starts with an H. You can see here where I have them checked off, and actually I've got my H as well. I did some of this yesterday, pulled some items. Part of a recipe, a tree with fruit or blossoms, something torn, and then the bonus, something used in an office. So I had to do a little bit of thinking about this, and I think I've got it covered. We'll see. So here's my new jar of gesso. I guess I will take this off, but I'm going to use, because I don't like to waste anything, I'm going to use this here. I'm going to put the top back on the gesso, and I'm not going to need a lot. Because there's just the one little section here that I want to cover up. Then I'm going to be adding a little different element to this. And I can see that my page is curling just a little bit. So I just kind of want to take care of that. This I am going to put this right back on the, I have my messy mat. I call it a messy mat. I have that out this morning. This will go back on here. And I'm going to set that aside. I'm just going to clean off my brush here because I don't need that anymore. And we have another beautiful day. See, I got some on at my table. We have another beautiful day here in the Adirondacks, but again, we have got a cold front that just won't. They say January is one of the coldest months for us, but it just won't quit. And then the weather man is saying, actually the weather woman, I listened to a gal, Thursday or Wednesday and Thursday, it's supposed to be 15 and 17 below zero when we wake up. So it's a challenge. Okay. So I'm going to let this dry for just a few minutes more, and then I'm going to show you what I have. So I need part of a recipe and I need something torn. So I was organizing my room all weekend, rearranging furniture. I'm getting ready for another craft room tour. And after being in my craft room for a year, I've learned what I don't need in here and what I need closer to me, what I want in here, but I can set aside. So I've moved furniture. I've rearranged my Martha Stewart cabinet. I went through all the drawers. There's 2, 4, 6, 8 drawers over there that were just full of just things chucked in there. So I went through each drawer this weekend and reorganized those, I'm making a pile for a gal that I follow on Instagram. I'm going to be sending her a bunch of stuff. And then I have my mother's old tea cart here. I've been through that. I've done a lot. So so when I was going through my items, I found a recipe card, and I kind of threw that into Missy's pile to send to her. And I thought, hey, wait a minute, I'm going to pull that out because I needed a part of a recipe and something torn. So these are the recipe, and this is something torn. So I'm going to be using this, and then a tree with fruit or blossoms. Again, I was going through my items and I found this real pretty journaling card that I made a long time ago that I never used. It was stuck in and thrown in the pile. And I could use this actually as something fancy, but I have another idea. So I'll be incorporating that. And that's all I'm going to show you for right now. So this is dry, and I thought what I would do, just to add a little different, I have a little container of kiwi shoe polish here. I use this on my ink box cards, and I use it on my ATC cards. So I'm going to put just a little bit on this paper towel. And I'm just going to add a little bit onto this page here. Just to give it a little. And these pages are kind of shiny, so I don't know how the shoe polish would stick on here. I think that's good. It just adds just a little tiny bit of color to the background, and this would be great if you were making a grunge journal. All right, so that's going to get set aside. We're going to put that over here. Okay, so this, oops, we got a piece here. I don't want to get over on my date book, but so be it. Let's make sure it's all clean there. Okay, so I'm going to get my little ink out here. And I wasn't going to distress anything, but seeing that I have the shoe polish on there, I'll just, so this stands out a little bit. So these are going to go up into the corner, and I'm trying to keep things in line with how Marguerite set her page up here. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a lot of these challenges, video them, but I'm finding that people really are watching them and hopefully getting some, really nice ideas from me. And I also think that it helps. I mean, I may not do each week, but I kind of like it, and I think it helps people. I know I'm new to collaging. I've only been doing it for about a year. I'm still very much of a newbie. But I think it just helps everyone see how, everybody's mind works so differently, and people will go in different directions, um, and that's what I'm trying to help people do. Okay, so this is where it's going to get a little tricky, because so I have my recipe, something torn. So killed two birds with one stone there. Then I have my a tree with fruit or blossoms. That is this here. And so now I need something that starts with the letter H. All right, I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. I don't want to get too much in your face, but okay. Something that starts with the letter H. So I'm going to be using my sticker book I got for Christmas. And I went through this looking, and I thought this image here of this man hunched over was really cool. So this is H for hunched or hunching. So what I'm going to do, and you will see what I'm going to do. I may have to put this on another piece of paper and then cut around him, because I have an idea that I think would be fun. I want to get this lined up here where he's standing on, and I should have moved this over, and I can trim him up. Standing on this little platform, or I might even be able to, and this is where this H, and I also found, I need for my something fancy, I found a real fancy letter H here that would go. So I think I may take this H out and have him stand on the H. So I might be able to, I should just tack this down a little bit. And again, I want to make a little pocket here for notes. I'm finding I don't have enough room to write what goes on during the week, and I like to put little notes inside. So I think I'm going to glue this down. We'll just see if it comes out. If my idea comes to fruition here. All right, so I have this down. I'm not worried about gluing the bottom part here down to have it closed on the end, because I'll just be putting small little line notes in there if I have any. But I just like to keep my options open. So if I take this H, and I'm going to have to line it up here with my little hunched man. I want him looking down on this. So I think if I put the H right about here, I'm just going to play with it here. I think this will be good here. So my H will go there. So there's my something fancy, because that is a pretty fancy H. And then I'm going to have him standing on top of that H. I'm just going to cut some of this white off of him, so his shoe is more connected with the H. I think I'm going to cut even more of this white off of him. It's too much white for me. And remember, if you don't have a sticker book, or some of them are kind of expensive. I asked for mine for Christmas. My husband got it for me. It still comes out of my account because he charges everything. But I guess it makes me feel better because I actually didn't feel a little guilty about going out and buying it myself, because I have so many crap. We had a conversation last night. Well, I don't want to lose my train of thought. But if you don't have sticker books, go to the local library, or when they have book sales. Yeah, I think he looks better. And pick up some books at your library. Actually, I'm going to put him like this, so he's actually standing like this on the H. I think that looks, and he's staring down at that tree. He's observing the tree. But we had a conversation last night at the dinner table. We had a wonderful Sunday dinner. And we got talking about my craft room. My craft room always comes up. I don't know why. And I think I was telling my daughter-in-law how I organized it, and I got everything all set, and I really feel I can get in. And my boys started busting on me, and they're like, Mom, you couldn't use what you have in a lifetime. I'm like, oh yes, all I have to do is start doing the family photos again, and I'll get rid of all my papers. And they just laugh at me because they know how much I have, like all of you. And they just really, so now I have to prove to them that I can use all of my stuff in my craft room. So my goal is not to buy anything from here on out, and just either use it up, practice what I preach, and go from there. Okay, so we have something fancy, something that starts with H, the hunch. This is the fancy H, part of a recipe, a tree with a fruit, something torn, and then the bonus is something used in an office. So the first thing I thought of was a paper clip. And I didn't want to just add a paper clip to the page, or put a paper clip on here. I thought I'd make a little paper clip tag that will stick out of the top of my planner. And obviously I'm not going to bring this down. I'm going to take my pinking shears here, and I'm going to cut this like that, just for some little interest. And I'm going to have this sticking up just a little bit off of the top of my paper here. So kind of like a journal where things stick up. And I thought I would just decorate this a little bit. I found this stamp, and it kind of goes with the yellow. So I thought I would just do a little collage. I'm going to set this aside. We'll just do a little collage piece with this, and then I'm going to call it a page. And I'm just going to add a few little things here. And a pretty little, and I'm not being choosy about this. I'm just I'm just adding. I'm not looking for anything in particular. So we can add this little, we can add that little piece, and I do like this here. It's a little too big. So I want this to be more of the focal point there. Let's see. I could add this little tag. If I can get my hands around it. Add a little bit of red to that. And let's see, is there anything else? I think that might be enough. We don't need to overdo it. It's a small area. And I think that'll be good. Then we'll make it a little fancier with some ribbon. There. There. Having some of this hang over the edge, so I guess I didn't need all of that glue. Just gonna do at the bottom there. Boy, it's a pretty day outside. We got about 3 inches of snow last night, and it's very cold again. So everything is crystallized, and it really does look like a winter wonderland out there. But it is cold. I know it's cold. I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning. Both of my knees were aching terribly. And then I think what I'm going to do, I don't know if I have any staples. The other thing I can do, because it's something found in an office. Oh, yeah. I'm going to staple these sides instead of gluing it, because you find a staple gun in an office as well. So that'll be something a little different. There. So something you find in an office is your staples and paper clips. And then I have a nice little tag here that I can attach. I'm just going to move this up a little bit here this way. And I'm going to add this right over here to the top. And I think that's cute. And I'm going to add my my tape runner to the inside because these staples are there. And now I can plan this week out. So this is going to go right here like this. Up just a little bit so that peeks over the top. Yep, like that. All right, and then last but not least, I'm going to add some sari silk because it has to be fancy. So I'm going to take some both different colors of the blues here. And where's the end of this one? There we go. And keep that there just in case I might add two. Okay, I'm going to thread this through here. I can get my fat fingers to it's got to go up. I get my little fancy schmancy Cricut tool here. Okay, and I'm going to add another one. Okay. Maybe this one a little bit longer. Okay. I do want that paper clip to show a little bit, so I don't want to. There, I think that's good. I was going to add the green, but I don't want to bring another color into it. So there is my, let's bring this here. There's my page for the week of January 29th. So just a little recap. I have my fancy item is the paperclip tag. Something that starts with an H is my fancy, or my hunched man, hunching, hunchback, hunched man, hunching. Part of a recipe, which is right here. My tree, something that's torn, which is the recipe card, and then something used in the office I can check off are staples and a paper clip. So I hope that you liked this video, and I can put, this will be my little, this is going to be for my little notes and whatever I may have. See, I'll be able to fit whatever I want in there. I hope you like this. I hope it gives you a little different perspective, especially, you know, if you want to use a paper clip or staples, you can use it in a new way. So thanks everybody for joining in. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did creating it, and I will see you in my next video. Alrighty, bye-bye.